Hello everyone and welcome to this video. I am Ayush and in this video we are going to discuss the most important Python library, which is Pandas. We are going to create from basics such as creating a data frame till doing very detailed analysis. So without any further delay, let's get started. Alright guys, so now let's discuss the most important Python library, which is Pandas. So this is also a very awesome library which you can use for data analysis. So let's take up a quick intro. So why use pandas? So first point is here, pandas is mainly used for data analysis. So if you have a set of data, you can just analyze the data and get good data out of it. Panda allows importing data from various file formats such as comma separated values, CSV, JSON, SQL, Microsoft Excel. So you can use CSV files, JSON files, SQL files and Microsoft Excel files. You can just import it in your pandas and then you can work on it. So Panda allows various data manipulation operating such as merging, reshaping, selecting, as well as data cleaning and data wrangling features. So this point I'll come as well. These are some functions of Pandas which you can use for better analysis. It is built on a top of another package named NumPy, which provides support for multidimensional arrays. So I have made a complete video on NumPy. So if you want, you need to know NumPy before you start learning Pandas, because I'm going to use it for multidimensional arrays, ND arrays. So there is a specific video, NumPy in 90 minutes. So that video you can go and watch it. So and once you are clear with NumPy, then only you can understand Pandas. So let's go to the downloading part. So how can you download NumPy, Pandas? So download Pandas. So if you have Anaconda installed in your system, you just run the command conda install pandas in terminal or cmd. So command prompt. So here you can go and write conda install pandas. But if you download it from third party website or python.organization org, so you can just run the command pip install pandas. So these two commands, anyone, if you're having Anaconda, then Anaconda. Those who are in this course, they are familiar with Anaconda, so you can just run the command conda install pandas or pip install pandas. Alright guys, so now let's discuss about the CSV file or the data which we're going to work on. So when I started this video in the introduction, in the last slide, I explained that we can import the data as CSV file as well. So this is the CSV file. We need some data, right? So for that data, this is my data which I'm going to use. So there are totally, this is data on Android games. There are totally more than 2000 games, 1500 games in this CSV files, depending on different categories. So here on game action, first let me give you a quick overview. So here will be the rank and the title, example Garena Free Fire, and here total ratings, this much number of ratings and installs, and then average rating, then growth in last 30 days and last 60 days growth, and what is the price of it, and which category it belongs to. It belongs to action. 5-star rating, how many people gave 5-star rating, how many people gave 4-star, how many people give 3, 2 and 1, and is it paid or not. So this is a very easy data set. So there, then second comes PUBG, and then Bang Bang, and then Brawl Stars, Sniper, Shadow Fight. There are lots of them. There totally, each category has total 100 games. Here you can see there are totally 100 games on game action. The next set comes from Roblox, Game Adventure, and Pokemon Go, and this will be for game adventures. Like that, there are lots and lots of niche, as you can see. Let me go down. There are lots and lots of games on different category. Example, game racing, racing in car, driving school, drift. This starts from there. Simulation, strategy, trivia, world, up till world life connect crosswords. So there are more than 1500 games here with different categories and their datas. So this is a kind of interesting data set. This data I found on the Kaggle website. If you want any data, if you want any data to work on, sample data, you can go on to kaggle.com/dataset, and there you can find out the data sets. So this is one of the data set, a total rating installs, and this is a kind of a quick overview of. Android games and this dataset. Alright guys, so now let's go ahead and import the data and the package both. First thing, we are going to import the package and then the data. So this is a easy command: import pandas as pd. Now what is this pd? This is something called as alias. This I have discussed in the numpy video as well, but in general, if you want to know its meaning, so it's kind of like writing pandas again and again throughout the program. It's kind of annoying, so to make it small and short, so we can use pd. Hit enter and import pandas. It will be imported for you. Let me run the cells once again so that this can get the number 1, and here it's running and importing, and it's been imported. Next thing is import the data. So next thing is to import the data. So if I go to the excel file, this is the file. So if here we have discussed that this is the data, now it's the time to import this data here. Now we can't keep the data in the excel sheet. So now one major thing you need to make sure is that in the same directory your this pandas.ipnyb means that this file, this Jupyter notebook, and the CSV file both should be in the uh, same directory, so that it will be better for importing the data. First thing is to create a data frame. I'm going to discuss this in detail as well. You can think data frame as a kind of a spreadsheet of pandas. We can use the spreadsheet inside our the data set. So pd dot, there's something called as read underscore csv. So this will kind of read. This is a function which is used, and then specify the name of whatever the name is of the csv. So let me go ahead and copy the name and come back. So this file name is Android games. So let me go to the finder, open this at full, and let me go to pandas. Alright guys, so I have copied the name. Let me paste it here. Its name is android-games.csv, and this here we have created a kind of spreadsheet. And here if I now I need to go ahead and print it. So let me go ahead and print, and here let me write df dot let's just print df for now. And here you can see it's been printed. It's but it's kind of lots and lots of games, so that, and it's getting like a clash. And you can't do data analysis like this because everything is just scattered. So for that we need to write df dot head means from starting it will import. So if I specify how much rows I need, so first 3 rows will be good. So if I write first 3 rows, so first 3 rows will be imported for me. Now it's much clean. So here you can see at 0th index, first rank is Garena Free Fire the Cobra. Ratings, installs, average ratings, and growth in 30 days is here. Growth in 60 days, price, category, ratings 4 star, 3 star, 2 star, 1 star, and is it paid or not. Then next is PUBG, and then Mobile Legends. So these are head, and if you just change this heads to tails and run this df dot tail. So from down it's going to give you. So from down it is this f42s one palavra, and this is in the second game, and connect crosswords puzzles is a puzzle. So these games and the categories and all from just from down, just the opposite of head will start from first from up, and the tails will start from down. Alright guys, so now let's move to the next concept. Now it's not necessary that you have every time a CSV file. Sometime you may have a XLSX file, or a Excel file. So at that time, what you need to do, let's discuss that. So let me first comment out these lines, and let me go to the next line. And here what you need to do here, let me create a df underscore xlsx, because I'm importing an Excel again from Kaggle. I have import this CSV files. So what you need to do here is write pd dot read underscore excel, just a simple command, read underscore excel, and here you need to specify what is the name of this excel file. So it's the same file here, just instead of CSV I'll write it xlsx, and then go ahead and print it, print df dot head, and first three will be fine. Let's run this and it will take few some time so that it imports xlsx, and here you can see xlsx is imported here. So now instead of using a CSV, we have used here excel file, because it's not necessary that every time you have a comma separated value, even you can have an excel file. So at that time, the simple thing is that here you can use, instead of read underscore CSV, you can just use read underscore excel. Alright guys, so the next thing which we are going to discuss is reading data with pandas. So first thing is read headers. So there are many headers in our CSV file. Let's take a glance of it. Here you can see the head, their rank, title, total, in ratings, installs. There are lots of headers. So these headers, if you want to know what type of headers are there in my CSV, so you can just go df dot columns, just simple command, df dot columns. Run this and you are going to get all the columns: rank, title, total, ratings, installs, averages, growth in 30 days, 60 days, price, holding up to, is it paid or not paid. So this is the first thing, read headers. And the second thing is read each column. How can you read each column? So now we are going to discuss something called as read each column. Okay, so let me change this to markdown and then this. So we are going to discuss about read each column. And each column, I mean that, let me go back to the CSV file. So I just want to see all the titles. I don't want to see any total rating, installs or something like that. I just want to see the titles. So in order to do that, you need to just go here back and write print df, and here pass along whatever the column you need. So df, and here square bracket and write title, it's a string value, so title, and here just write it and hit enter, and you're going to get all the titles: Garena, Free Fire, The Cobra, PUBG, Mobile Legends, Brawl Stars, Sniper 3D, Holding Up to, Word Docs, Free Multiplayer Word Game, 4 Pots, and World Life, Connect Crosswords Puzzles. So there, here you can even get the name of this is title, length is 1730, 1730, d type is object. And if I change this to something else, let me go back to the data, and here if I write let's take installs, let me copy the name so that it can be accurate, and installs, and run this. So you're going to get all the installs: 500 million, holding up to just 5 million. This is how you can just print the particular columns. Okay, let's say that you just don't want only installs, you want 2 3 columns at the same time. Let's say, let me go to the numbers. Let's say title, total ratings, and installs, all of these. So let me go back here. So just add a bracket here and a bracket here as well, so that it can become two lists. I can make 2 3 lists here, and here let us pass along all the thing which we need here, all the columns. Here we need title, installs, and ratings. Let us copy the exact same thing, run this, and here you'll see installs, titles, and total ratings: 500 million, Garena, Free Fire, with this much number of ratings. And here are the index 0 1 2 3 4, holding up to 1729. So this is 1730 rows and 3 columns. So 3 columns I've created here, and rows are totally 1730 each row. So let's take an example like wherein print df dot head. Let me print the df dot head, and let me take first 3 here. So once I print this here, 0 1 2 3 here, Free Fire, PUBG, and Mobile Legends are here. So these are like head. Now what if I want, like example, specific element? I want to just print this whole PUBG row. I don't want to print any other another row. I just want to print this PUBG mobile row. So we use something called as iLock. So what does this iLock do? Just go into your data set and grab the row which you have selected through the index. So let's look into it. Here it's just simple, just define iLock. So this will just go and grab the element from you can just go and grab the row whichever you need, and then it'll just go and print it for you. And here you can just pass along how from where to where. Example, if I go here and write the index, whichever index it can be. Example, I want PUBG's index. PUBG's index is 1. So if I go and write 1 and hit enter, so this way, okay, so here instead of this parentheses, write square bracket, and now if you run this, you're going to get all the details about the PUBG. So here you can see this PUBG mobile. Here its installs, its name, ratings, and still more things. Here you'll get in a great detail, title, total ratings, each and everything. So this is kind of a, can use it like example, it will go to the data set, go there, and if whatever index you'll specify, just it'll go grab the row and come back and print it for you. Now if you want to specify like from Free Fire to Mobile Legends or Brawl Stars. Okay, let's take the Sniper 3D here. This first 4. So specify the lower bound. So the lower bound here is 0, and specify the upper bound which is 4. Let's specify 0 and 4. Run this, and here you'll get PUBG's PUBG's report, Free Fire's, PUBG's, Mobile Legends, Brawl Stars, and again it's here up to and excluding. So here you give 0 to 5, then you're going to get Sniper 3D as well, everything in a detail. Now if you use PyCharm or Visual Studio, then you're going to get still a broader way, but here you're going to get, it'll be in a broad way. Like example, this here you can see here, after total rate, after installs, its average rating is coming in the next line. But if we use uh, editors like PyCharm and Visual Studio, it'll just come in a straight line, same line. But yes, but we use Jupyter Notebook for data science. It's for better analysis. So here iLog, again if I want to refresh what is iLog, so it will go to the data set, pick along the row which you have specified through its element. Here you specify the index. No, I just want now let's take Sniper 3D. So specify its index, its specify index is 4, and he will go and tell all the detail about Sniper 3D, whatever the game you have selected, FPS shooting game. Alright guys, so now let's discuss how can you read a specific location. So in order to read a specific location, let's take an example, df.head, and let's check whether df.head of let's take first 5. Run this, and here my first 5 has been printed, 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, so here you can see it's kind of a spreadsheet, and here if I go in the title, example, I just want to print Sniper 3D free online FPS shooting game. I want to just print this, nothing, it's not even ratings, rank, or anything like that, just specific Sniper 3D free, whatever this game's name is, Sniper 3D. So I just want to specifically print this. So if you want to specifically print something, so again we are going to use iLock function only. Here we discussed about it. So again this will go, whatever index you have specified, go and grab that element and print it for you. Let's look into it. So here let's go ahead and print it. Print df dot iLock df dot ilock, and here I'm going to specify. So the sniper 3D is at fourth row, so let me write here fourth row, and 0 1 at first column. At the first column here you can see this is sniper 3D, it's at first. Now start from 0. Let's discuss what is this 4 and 1. So this is the data set. It will go to the fourth index, 0 1 2 3, fourth index, and first 0 and 1. So this, it's going to go ahead and print this. Let's run this here, and here you can see sniper 3D free, fun free online FPS shooting game has been printed. Just here and there of index, let us do. Let's just go a little bit up first, and here it's going to, if I write here, let it be 1 here, PUBG Mobile. But if I come back to 4 and pass along here, example, I want to know its category. Let's start counting from here up to the category. 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So here I'm going to write 8 column, and game actions, action game. So this is a kind of ilog function. Does ilog just goes and grab whatever index you have given. You need to specify the index. Here we specified the index of the column, so, of the row. It printed the row. Here I'm going to specify the particular character. This is nice, I want this title itself. So after specifying the index, it will print for you. So the next thing which we are going to discuss is this lock function. This function we are going to discuss in detail as well, but as an intro we can take it as well. So you can just write df dot lock. Here we use ilock to grab element, here lock, and here let me specify df data frame, and here let me specify, here you need to write what it should be. If I just go into numbers, and here example, I want to print, let me scroll a little bit, and okay, so I want to print all the um games which are on the basis of game and game action games. I want to just print. So let me come back here and specify what the category. So it will be my category here, and let me go back and copy exact thing here. Let's copy it and go back here and paste it, same category. And what will this category do? Now if I don't specify this category, it will go on the basis of category. Now example, now if I just say yes, go ahead and print on the basis of game and action. So but where is this game action? So where is this? So we need to specify which column it is. So it's in the category column, game action. And if this category is equals to let me turn on the caps lock, game action. So if it is equal to game action, go ahead and print, just leave everything else. Let's go ahead and run this, and here you go. Here we have all the games having the category of game and action, starting from Garena, Free Fire, PUBG Mobile, Mobile Legends, Brawl Stars, Sniper 3D, up to Injustice 2, Zuba Free, Zuba, and Naruto X. So these are now here you can see there are some dots here. So dot means that there are lots and lots of them, so you can't just go ahead and print each and every element, so that the notebook may get crashed. So for that, first four elements, last four elements is printed. But here you can see 100 into 15 rows, so they are totally 15 columns and 100 rows. So if I go ahead and give a small change here, if I change into game arcade and run this, here you can see Subway Surfers, Hungry Shark, Geometry Dash Light, Zombie, Tsunami, Angry Birds, Holding Up to Run, Sausage Run, and Tank Heroes. So here starting from 200 till 299, all the ranks, titles, total ratings, and all the details. It's 100 cross 15. 100 rows, 15 columns. So that is all about lock function. Alright guys, the next thing which we're going to discuss is sorting and describing. So sorting, first let's look into the sorting. So let me print df dot head, and first let's take first 7 elements. Let's go ahead and print it, and it's still Call of Duty. And now here, if I want to describe it, what do I mean by this? So here in this chart, in this data frame, which has Free Fire, PUBG, and holding up to Call of Duty. So here it will go scan this data frame and find out all the integer columns. So it will go to the rank. Is this a integer rank? Is rank a integer column? So it will say yes, it's a integer column. And then title, no, it's not a integer. Then total ratings is an integer, installs is an integer. These are integers values. It's going to take out all out of these um, from this data frame, and then go ahead and describe it. Now describe, once I go and print, then it will be much clear. Here you can see count, mean, standard deviation, minimum value, max 25%, percentile, 50 percentile, 75 percentile, and max. So what do I mean by this? So here if I go to the, let's not just count rank, because rank doesn't matter. The main thing is here total ratings, average ratings, and all. Let me take total ratings. So mean of total ratings, it's printed here. Standard deviation of total ratings, minimum of total ratings, 25 percentile if I do, and max percentile. So this, we have a very heavy numbers, so we are getting answers heavy. If we have a shorter data, we are going to get short answers, short describe as well. So the next thing which we are going to discuss is sorting. So if I go ahead and df dot head of first 7, print here from Free Fire to Call of Duty. And here if I go ahead and sort this values, what will the sort do? This sort will kind of sort the element in the alphabetical order if I specified name. So once I give the example, you'll understand. So df dot sort underscore values, sort underscore values will go ahead and sort the values. Now which column I need to sort, to specify. Now I'm going to sort the value of the title, all the titles. And then if I run this, and here you'll see it will start, it's in the ascending order. It's just divided in the ascending order. Dragon Island, 100 pix quiz, and holding from this, between this and all, and CD, just in an alphabetical order. But if you want, it's an ascending order, but if you wanted it just opposite, in descending order, so you need to write ASCENDING, ASCE, ascending, spelling is wrong here, ascending equals to false. So this will go and it will consider ascending is false, it will do descending here. Hit enter, and here it's in descending order. uh, let me do this in the separate line so that you can find the difference between these two elements. Let's run this. Here you can see 100 pix quiz is at the first, and here the 100 pix quiz is at the last, because here we have the same thing as done in the descending order. Here it's in ascending order. Here car driving school simulator is at last, and here car driving simulator school is at first. So this is how can you sort values on the basis of title. You have specified title. Instead of this, if I specify installs, so on the basis of installs, it's going to give me the decreasing order. The lowest one, which is just 500k, But if I do the same thing here, installs and run this, so the highest install 1 million, holding that to the least ones. Alright guys, so we have analyzed our data and read the data, import the data, everything has been done. Now it's time to make couple of changes to our data. So to make couple of changes, first, now this make changes to the data is a very crucial part. Whenever you are analyzing a data, it's a very crucial part. Now crucial part is everything, even reading the data, everything is important, but this is the most important thing to make changes to your data. Now we have a sample data, so it is a must to make changes. Now if I print df.head of first 7, and here you can see some ranks and titles carried. Now let's take first title, Garena Free Fire the Cobra. So here the average ratings here is there 30, and here price part comes here. So here price is 0.0, that means it's free, 0. And here in paid it's showing false. Now here in paid it's showing false and price is equals to 0. Now there is no point, because once we know that if it is 0, then obviously it is not paid app, so there is no point of keeping paid. So the one thing we can do with changes is merge this price and paid both. If we merge it and just keep it price and merge this both together, so we are going to get, it will be much better. So in programming in general, when we do any programming, it would be, there are 2 to 3 ways to solve a problem. So if you want to add two integers, so if you, there is also two way, either do it directly or use variable or run a loop, or there are lots and lots of methods to do. But here we have two major ways. First one is easy, but it takes lots of time, and second one is more efficient and and it's takes less time. So let's discuss about the first method. So our first method is to example this Garena Free Fire. So here this price should be merged with the paid ones. So in order to do that, the simple thing is df, and here let's write the name, like example price. There will be a new there will be a new column here which name will be price, which will be equal to df and price, the old price, plus df of paid. Let's make this to string and done. So it's just simple. Let's run this once and let's view our df.head. Here you can see a new column has come, which is price. So what will this price, this is the same price here, and you will say that this price and this price is the same, but by chance if I go back, let's go back to our numbers here, and here if I change this small price to some 20, and here if I make paid is equals to true, so this will affect here as well, this will become 20 rupees. So this will just change off, but for now let's don't make any changes here. Alright guys, so now let's move to the second method of merging the columns. First method we discussed, this is easy but not the efficient way. Now let's discuss about the efficient way. Now let's consider that you want to add average rating plus growth in last 30 days and growth in last 60 days. Add it up and make a column that average growth and rating. So how can you do that? So in order to do that, this will be almost the same. df and here write average. So here I have written average growth and rating equals to, now we are going to use iloc function, which we discussed in the reading how to read the data. iloc, and here this column will specify all the columns, this column will specify all the columns. Now we need to specify, we need to do the task in columns, and then 4. Now I need to specify the index because iloc works with index itself. Let's start counting from average. So 0 1 2 3 4, okay, at the fourth. Let's specify fourth. We need to add 4 till 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now we need not to write, we should not write here 6, we need to write up to and excluding, so we are going to write 7, because the last index will not be considered, it will be excluded. And here dot sum and access is equals to 1. So this access I have discussed in my numpy video as well. You can go and check out that numpy video. But if you want to know in general, access will specify, will do any operation in standard format, in standing, like vertically. Vertically, the in columns, you can consider it as columns. So it will do the any function whichever you will specify in columns, that means in vertically. And if you specify here axis is equals to 0, so it will go and scan through the rows. So rows means horizontally. You can think it kind of in a short form I have explained. Now in detail, in great detail I have explained in numpy video as well. So here just let's run this, and here it's run successfully. Set a cell below and df dot head of first 11, hit enter, and average growth and rating is been here. So it has added average rating plus growth in last 30 days and low growth in last 60 days. So here Garena Free Fire's average growth and rating is 15.13, and PUBG Mobile's its average growth and rating is 9.34. Now this is just an example, because now growth and rating, they are completely different things, so we can't merge them together. But yes, just for better analysis, growth and ratings will be in the same place, means more ratings means more growth, and you can think it kind of that in that manner. So here you can find out which has the most number, which is here you can, which I think is Among Us. So here you can see that Among Us is having the most average growth and rating. So by just looking at the numbers, we have found out that among in till now in the rank in the game action, Among Us is having the most growth and rating, and the least one is, which I think so, is Temple Run 2. In last 30 to 60 days, Temple Run 2 has not performed that well compared to Among Us. The highest is Among Us and the lowest is Temple Run 2. Okay guys, so now it's time to remove this. Now, like example, this is our data set, and here I don't like this price and average growth and rating. This was just for demo purpose. I explained you this first and second method, but now I don't want to use this price and average growth and rating. So I want to just delete this column. This whole column should be deleted for me. So how can we do that? So in order to do that, let's look into it. Okay, so now we are going to use something called as drop. So now let's just it's very easy. Df dot drop, and here pass along columns 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 equals to, okay wait, here spelling is wrong, columns columns. What are the name of the column? Just simply need to write here. It's a string value, so we need to remove. First thing is price. Let's hit enter. Here you'll see price has been removed. It's that simple. Now let's put it again here. Now just let's copy this average growth and rating, copy this, paste it here, run the cell. There you go, and you have the old data set what you had. Now in Jupyter Notebook there's one. Now if it's your wish to consider this as an advantage or a disadvantage, what you example, I here just I run this average growth, and now here I just specified average growth and rating should be added here. Average growth and rating should be added here. So in this part I like until I don't drop this, if I remove the cell, it's also but it will be stored in the memory only. So in the memory it will be stored that yes, average growth and rating should be there. It will be stored in the memory. If you delete the cell also, the average growth and rating will be there. So it's must to run the drop command so that it drops that column. But if you just simply if you remove the cell by clicking X and remove the cell, so this will not work because this will be stored in the memory. So now this is your wish, you should call it as advantage or a disadvantage. Okay guys, so there is one problem here, that is this average growth and rating. I did not delete here, but here when I come and delete average growth and rating is deleted but price is still there, but we just about deleted it. So here what you need to do is reset it. Just put it in the same variable where you put it here, df.drop. You just now we did it, right? So the same thing, df which we use, the same df you put it here as well. So if you put it in df, what will this do? Here it will remove this, this will be removed, so it will be finally changed. Now if you example 2 plus 2, you just print 2 plus 2. Now 2 plus 2 is just kind of a view. This is a format of a view. We're just viewing it, we are not finally implementing it. Let's take a simple example. I have 2 plus 2. Now once I run this, now this is showing me 4, but this 2 plus 2 does not make any sense, because until and unless I don't add it in a variable, I can't call it again and again. So in order to do that, so we find this is a kind of a view. 2 plus 2 is a view of 2 plus 2, but here until and unless I don't put it in a variable a and then run it and then view a, here if I view a, then here 4 will come. Now again if I put a, again run it, again 4. So this can be viewed multiple times, but there is one problem here, we did not put it in the variable, so it's in a view format. Now if I put df is equals to df.drop and then run this, then it will be finally implemented here as well. Here also if I run this will be finally implemented. Okay, here here we need to write df is equals to df.drop and run this again. And now let's print df.head for first 11, that means 10. And here see all the way along from Garena Free Fire to PUBG Mobile Lite slider.io. And here you can see price and average rating has been removed because we resetted it, kind of reset. So this is the most important thing you need to know. If you don't reset it, this will be in a view format and you will be thinking like, yes, I removed it, and you will be doing all the steps. While doing the steps, you will find it out that yes, I did not delete it. So this will create an issue. So for that, for better efficiency, just put it in the same variable so that it will be resetted and then it will be removed finally. Alright guys, so the next thing which I would like to mention before exporting this thing in CSV, this data frame in CSV, is that when you are hard coding the numbers here, where we did the indexing 4 colon 7 and here access is equals to 1, so these are like a bit dangerous things, because here uh, if we like here while we are hard coding the numbers with the index, so this if you do a small mistake, and so this may screw up the whole data set. So you don't want to do that. First thing is, don't put equal to sign, don't assign it as in a variable, so that it gets resetted and then you can't change anything. So once it is run, so it will be running, and after it's run, so the changes will be appeared. So I would like to mention that df dot here, what we did the hard coding, where and all you're doing hard coding the numbers, here in first method we just specified the name, so which is easy. So here if you just write any name, so you won't do mistake more in the first method. But second method is a bit dangerous, so please just first write these part, which is df.ilog, and first hard code the numbers, view it in the view format, and then reset the number so that it will so the change will be applicable. But don't just directly applicable just import this data, and then afterwards if you get a very small data, like in many places like the last numbers is included and many places last number is excluded or it's not included. So sometimes it's get included, sometimes it's not getting included, so you don't want to do that. So for that, you do the best thing to do is just first view it in a view format and then reset it, so that it would be much better. And the second thing is I would like to mention is that you can read out the documentation links. I'll give the link for that in the description box below, because I'll try my level best to complete each and everything. But yes, Panda is a very big library. To complete each and everything is type of impossible. So you can read out the documentation if you want to know anything else. Alright guys, so now it's time to saving out our new data frame as CSV and Excel files. So this is also a very crucial part. So let me go up, and for now let's first print our df.head. Df.head, and first 10 would be best. And get enough Free Fire, PUBG Mobile, Mobile Legends, Brawl Stars, Sniper 3D, Shadow Fight, Call of Duty Among Us, Temple Run 2, and PUBG Mobile Lite version. So here you can see average growth and rating has been added, but just now I dropped it. But guys, uh, if now it's time to saving out our data frame. Now if I save it out without average growth and rating, so and the data set will be the same which we had before, so there will be no difference. So to make a small difference, I added a small, I run this code again, this df ilog function again, I run it so that I can get this back. So this is just for checking. Let's delete this. Now if you don't write anything here at first, four elements, 1 2 3 4 5 elements will be shown, first 5 elements. So first 5 elements is here. In this you can see Garena Free Fire is first rank, and second rank on the basis of average growth and rating is first Garena Free Fire, second Brawl Stars, then PUBG Mobile Lite, and then uh, Mobile Legends, and then Sniper 3D. But for now let's save out our new data frame. First let's look into CSV. How can you export it as CSV? So just a simple command, df. Now there is a command as we discussed in the starting, read underscore CSV. In the starting if we go read underscore CSV, this is used to import the data. Now there is one more built-in function which is to underscore CSV. So this, what will it do? This will just export it wherever this file is there, pandas.ipnyb, which is this notebook, wherever it is saved, there only your this will be saved, this excel CSV will be saved. Then here df.to underscore CSV, and you need to give the name of the CSV, whatever name. Let me keep modified underscore games dot CSV. Okay, just hit enter. So if I go to my pandas folder where I have kept this pandas.ipnyb, which is the Jupyter notebook, there my android games.csv is there, which is the old CSV, and this is android games.xlsx file, excel file. This txt file just for reference it was, and this here as you can see modified underscore games is there. Let's open this and open this here, and here you'll see our modified CSV is here. By the way I'm using this Jupyter. I'm using numbers which is provided by MacBooks. So if now if you have Excel, you can use Excel as well, but for here I am using this numbers. So here you can see a new column has been added, average growth and rating. Here it's added. So this is our modified. So this is how you can do. How can you export a data frame as a CSV file? Now we are going to discuss how can I export this in Excel format. Okay guys, so if I go back to my numbers here, so here you can see in the Excel, in the CSV file, here index is coming, here you can see here 0 1 2 3 4, and here you can see the numbers are coming, this indexes. I don't want this index because yes, rank is enough for me to find out what is the rank, so I don't need 0 1 2 4. So this you can keep for your reference, but yes, I don't want it. So if you want to remove that, it's just easy. So just let's go back to Chrome here, and just here you need to write index is equals to false. Just a simple command, run this again. And now, and here if I open this modify underscore games.csv once again, open this full, and there you go, your index has been removed, and here rank is been added. You can see our rank is there, but our index has been removed. That's kind of annoying, keeping index, so it would be much better if we removed index. Now let's discuss how can you export it as Excel files. Alright guys, so the next topic is how can you save out the new data frame as Excel files. This is also very simple. df dot to underscore excel you need to write instead of csv, and here give out the name, which is modified underscore excel dot xlsx file, and here also let's pass along the index is equals to false, because it's annoying to keep index is equals to true. So excel.xlsx file. Now there's one more way to do: import open pyexcel and then do it. That simply will say just simply fill your memory of one another package. So it's just simple that df.to underscore excel you can use. Many people prefer to use open pyexcel, but this is also easy format. Let's run this, and this will take around 5 seconds. And now let's check our for folder. Here you can see modified underscore excel dot xlsx file. Let's load it up and take around 5 seconds to load it up. There you go, it's been loaded, and now you can see our xlsx file has been loaded. Rank, title, total ratings, and there you go, each and everything, hold each and every categories as well, action, and then arcades, and then lots and lots of games here. So this is how I can use xlsx files here to load a data frame from xlsx data frame to xlsx file. Alright guys, so we have completed our basics of pandas. Here you can see we imported the data, just a brush up, import the data and the package, reading the data, and sorting and all comes under reading only. And here make changes to our data. We have made changes, couple of changes to our data, and now we have saved out our new data frame as csv and excel files. Now let's move on to the little bit kind of advanced pandas. So this will be a little bit advanced form, but I'll make every concept easy. So first thing is filtering the data. How can you filter the data? So df dot lock, which we just discussed in the reading part. Okay, loc, and here let's specify our df, and okay, here this. Let me go to the excel sheet here. Okay, so for just for the reference, this is the updated one. As you can see here, growth and the average and growth is here. So this is the updated one. So title, uh, so here the category should be, let's pick up some category. So any category, let's take a random category. So some interesting games are adventure. So let's copy this adventure. Let me switch to Google Chrome back and lock df. If df is, okay, wait, here we need to write, first we need to write here the category. Let's go back here, the column, whatever the column is. So let me copy the category here. Try copying, like if you have all the details about the data, then you need not to copy and paste, but yes, just for better understanding, and it will be better we will not make more mistakes here. And let's say here category, if category is equals game adventure. Let's switch back here, scroll a little bit, and I want a game, adventurous games. Let's switch my tab, come back here, game and adventure. If you find these, go ahead and print it for me. Okay, so there are totally 100 rows, that means 100 games, so totally 100 games of these are some totally 100 games of the category game adventure. So Roblox, Pokemon Go, Criminal Case, and this is something maybe Japanese, and Harry Potter, and yeah, Stranger Things the game, and all the way to Critical Action on striking shoot game. So these are some couple of game adventures. On the basis of game adventure, here you can see average growth and ratings. Is it paid or not? Mostly it's false. It's not. I think all the prices, the it's free. It's not paid, because it would be much better if it is free. So here paid is everything false, because I read the data there, it was false. So here also it will be false. So actually this I downloaded, again just to remind, I downloaded this data from kaggle.com. At the end I'm going to explain you how can you take a sample data set from kaggle.com as well. So here I just based on this we discussed uh, above as well, but just for reminding, log function we used. And here in general, let me give me another space here and here. So if you want, now in we have discussed about the logical operators and or. So these and or we can be used here as well, but just a small change in and is not written like this, and is written like this. So just a short form of and which we normally write. So and, so we can use this and then here and let me put another parenthesis and and df and let me add here, let me add another parameter, because here there are lots and lots of games. Still more, let's go narrow. So this Android games is a very broad match, and if I go to the game adventure, so that comes, we go a little bit more specific, we go more specific. If we go if we select game adventure, now if I write if installs if installs is greater than, well for now let's don't take greater than, let's take for now equals to 100 million. So if this installs is 100 million exact, then go ahead and print it. I don't need 10 million, 50 million, this small downloads, 5 million, 1 million. So I just need 100 million. Hit enter, and you are more specific now. You are just having 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 to 3 4 5 6. Now it's totally 6. We have totally just 6 games here. Now if I add more ands and keep on going more specific, I'll be left with just one game. But yes, for now let's just be this much specific is enough. We are just 6 game. Now I have more than 1700 games in my data. There I made more specific and went to game and adventure category. So this, the category is adventure. Then I narrow down to 100 games. Then I still more gone to more specific, and now I went to installs. If installs is 100 million, then only go ahead and print it. So here finally we have Roblox, Pokemon Go, Criminal Case, Kilo Blocks Lite, Super Bob's World, and FPS Commando Secret Mission. All the installs are 100 million. Now again you can add and on your, if 5-star ratings you want at this much should be there, you can just go ahead and specify it. But yes, this much going specific, this much is more than enough. But it's totally depend on if you have millions and millions of rows and millions of columns. At that time, being more specific, and then if you be more specific, then also you will be left with just, you'll be left with more than 100 games. But for now we have just around 2000 games, and in that 2000 games I just selected the category which is game adventure, gone more specific, 100 games, still more specific, installs is equals to 100 million. Now you may ask me why 100.0 million is in strings. So 100.0 million is in strings because it's not an integer. So while I downloaded the data, here m defines 100 million. So here m defines a string. M makes this whole thing a string. So I made it into a string. Now if I was using 5-star ratings, then I need not to write any 100 million. Just specify 5-star ratings and here specify the name, the whatever the ratings are. And if you want to go still more specific, so there is one more thing you can do is put and here let's open parentheses df, and here average growth and ratings should be equal to uh now I'm going very specific. This is completely specific because if you now I specially set z 17.07 average growth and rating should be. So there's just one game which is Roblox, but this is more specific. This is how you can go more specific, but yes, going more specific will lead to lesser data. Okay, so here some error. Okay, just parentheses, and here we are now more specific. Alright guys, so one more thing I would like to mention is that if I remove this and make it OR, I'm going to get an error. As you can see, this is the error because OR is not identified by the pandas. Instead of OR, we are going to use this sign. This is a standing line. So if you use this a particular character, this will specify that OR. Now this I've discussed in my Python series as well, but just for a quick if you want to know quick glance, that if whether one is true, then you're good to go. So here game and adventure category, so if it is a game and adventure, print it, and if its install is 100 million, then print it. Hit enter, and here you will have 297 games. But if I remove this and add not and here this and then run this, I'm left with only 6 games. But if I just make a small change which is making it into OR, then I am left with I'm having 297 games. 297 rows means 297 games, and obviously 16 columns will not be changed. So 297 games I'll be left with their ranks, and just 297 games with 16 columns. So this is how you can use OR here. Just syntax has been changed here. In old and you need to write and here in the pandas and you need to just give a and symbol, and here in OR just give a standing line. Alright guys, so the next thing which we are going to discuss is a little more advanced way of filtering. So here you can see I have 297 games here totally, just by adding this OR. Now even you can put greater than and less than symbols as well here. So here let me put and example and df. Here let me put it in parentheses df and specify the. Now whenever you're putting greater than, equal to, greater than or equal to signs, mostly in greater than and less than and signs which compare two values, so at that time try to go with integers, because now if this is end of the day, this is a string value, this is not an integer value. Now for reading purpose we are saying that 100.0, yes it's okay, but yes it's a string value. Now if I put here, let's just forget this for a moment. Okay, so here I need to pass this. Okay, so here here you can see 100.0 million. Now for now, let me remove this equal to and let me do, okay, so greater, if I put greater than symbol, but then I'm getting here 500 million, which is correct, but the game action game word is coming here, but which I don't want. It's kind of messing up. Here you can see game action is also added, game word is added. It's kind of taking the uh, whole the the data set. It's taking the whole data set because we have added here or symbol. Let's change it into and symbol, and then okay, so here as you can see, uh, these I mentioned here, it should be greater than 100 million, but it's showing 50 million, 50 million, 5 million. Here you can see 5 million. So this is not good because this is a string value. This is a string value, and string value never changes. So if I do greater than also, it will show me the wrong data because here it's a string value. So whenever you're doing, like example here, if it was instead of string, if this installs was in integers, then I could do this greater than, smaller than anything, but I can't do now because it's a string. So I need to take a new data set. So here let me say, uh, let me add a new command, which is and it should satisfy df if it let's choose a column, um average rating. Let's take for now, let's take average rating, and here average rating should be greater than, it should be greater than, let's take a number from here, it should be greater than 4.11. let's change this to 10 so that much better analysis. And just 3 games, just here we have 3 games: Roblox, Criminal Case, and Super Bob word game. So these, we went more specific by just adding, and we went more specific. First we have a data set having more than around 2000 games. I went more specific to find out game adventurous games are around 100 games. And then I went more specific, I want just 100 million installs, and 100 million installs. Then go more specific, then average rating should be more than 4.10. So I went more specific. Now I are just left with 3 games. But if I change this to 15.0 million, just to get more data, here I have still more data: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. Totally 10 games here. 10 games on the basis of game and adventure. 50 million installs are more than 50 million installs, and having an average rating of more than 4.10. So these games on the basis of game adventure is best to play. So this is how you can do some, you can use filter for your data analysis. So by just one line of code, I found out on the basis of game and adventurous games having more than 50 million installs and having more than 4.10 rating on Google Play Store. These are the total games which I can prefer to play. Alright guys, so we can do one more thing here. Let's change it back to 100 million so that it's more specific. Okay, we have only 3 games. Now we can go ahead and make a new underscore df is equals to, so that it gets reset. Now what we are saying is in a view format, you are just viewing it, it's not fully applicable now. Once I reset it in the new df and now view my new underscore df, so now you can see we have 3 games here, but in df it's as it is how it was: 1730 games, 16 columns. How it was, it's the same thing, but yes, this have changed. Now let's export it once. So new underscore df dot to underscore csv Okay, and here let me specify the name. So let me keep filtered dot csv, hit enter. So if I go here, filter.csv has been created. Let's open it and let's view it. Here you can see we have on the basis of rank. Okay, let's do one more thing. Let's switch back to Google Chrome, and here let us specify index is equals to false. Hit enter and again open it. Here you can see Roblox, and here rank is only there, and here you can see just 3 games and total ratings, installs. So now I have the CSV. Now I can share the CSV to anybody I like, and then just suggest them as these are the 3 games which you can play having more than 100 million or millions of installs, an average rating of more than 4.10. So this is how we did filter the data, found the data which is useful for us. Now these are the games which I can prefer to play. Alright guys, so the next thing which we are going to discuss is let's take here here our index is there, right? So here our index is like 100, 102, 144. It's not good. It's kind of messed up index. So I want to reset this index. So how can we do that? So to do that, just write new underscore df dot reset it, reset underscore index, and then write drop equals to. Okay, so for before that, first let's reset the index first. Let's hit enter, and here you can see index has been reset, but one problem is this index 100, 102, 144 has been, new column has been created, but I don't want of this. To get rid of it, just write drop equals to true, and then now to save more space, now it's not finally implemented, it's again a view format. Now again to reset it, you should just write new underscore df, but that takes more space. But if you want to do something uh, which takes less space, with just write in place is equals to true. So this will do the same thing, just reset it and then it will be implemented. Just run this and then it's been implemented. New underscore df, if you go ahead and print it, here you can see that new rank format which you were seeing, it's been removed and our index has been reset. So in place is equals to true is important, because if you just write drop true, it will give you an error and you'll be stuck in that error. It will give the access error. So just write in place is equals to true so that it gets resetted, or else it will be in a view format only. Alright guys, so now let's move on to the next topic, which is more advanced way of filtering data. So now, not being more specific, let me just create a new underscore. Let me name it as my underscore df. It's equal to df.log category is equals to game and adventure. So now let me change this to game and adventure to something else because it's a little boring. Let's change it to, say, arcade. So let me copy this arcade and let me switch back here and change this game and adventure to game arcade and just give a square bracket here. Now if I go inside my underscore, now if I copy this my underscore df, paste it here, here we have 100 games on the basis of game and arcade: Subway Surfers, Hungry Shark Evolution, Geometry Dash Light, Zombie Tsunami, Angry Bird Classic. So these 1,000 million. So I think game and arcade category has the most number of installs. So okay, so now let's come back to our point. So now example, if I look into my data, so here in many places there is something light. Here you can see as well light. So now just take an example. Now I don't want this light. Now wherever in the title if I find light, just remove those games wherever find light. So for that uh, you need to just write df df dot loc lock df dot lock, and here sign of tilt and df, and here pass along whichever column it is. For in this case it's title. Title is our column. Now this is a very simple command. Dot str dot contains str dot contains, if it contains light, uh, light, just go ahead and remove it. So what will this tilt do? Now equal to, not equal to, these and all we have discussed. So at that time we use this for not equal to. Like if I put this will be not equal to. For not we define it as exclamatory mark in Python, but here just simple it's tilt sign. Hit okay, so here df. Okay, now here I just made a small mistake. Here instead of df I need to write my underscore df, because it will take data from the whole data set. It's my underscore df, and now if you go, now you are left with just 99 games. You were having 100 games here and you are now having 99 games because there is only one game having light. If I change this to small l and hit enter, and here I'm having the same because there is no change. If I change this to run, because there are many running games. Now if I go here I'm left with 94. There are many games having run in their title. Now if I add, now specific, if you want to go very specific, just write subway surface exactly the same. Now if you run, obviously this subway surface there's equal to here, hit enter, and then subway surface is removed here because it's most specific. But for now let's take run here, and here you can see 94. Not that change because it's not having more run in this data set. But if you have example, you have mega, or you have example, let's take run in only. You have many run games, and in that you want to remove all the games having run. So you can just use, if I remove this, so all the games having run, if I remove this tilt, the games having run in their title, that will be shown here. Sonic Dash, running and racing game. Temple Run is a running game. Here Coco Run, Cookie Run is a running game. Subway Princess Runner, run. Here the game name is itself run. And Run Sausage Run, so here run. So if I just it just will show, and this will remove, this tilt will just remove it. So 94 games in total. Now if I go ahead and change this to free, hit enter, and here you'll be left with 94. This is how you can do just remove something from it, like specify the string and it will be removed. So the next thing is, you can use, in this case you can even use or. So in order to do that you can use even or. For that, just import re. This will come inbuilt with it will come automatically with your anaconda and pip as well. So import re, and here write df dot lock. Okay, df dot lock. Now I'm not taking my underscore df because my underscore df is specific to game and arcade section, arcade category. Let's take the whole data set, which is df dot lock, and here let's lock the df of now I need to specify where is the like title. So this title will be title, and here dot str dot contains contains contains, and here I can specify if you have a free, if it contains free, or if it contains run, any one. If it contains, then okay, so here we need to just write tilt so that it can just ignore those, just remove those index, remove those games. And here if I write, giving out a comma and write regex equals to true, hit enter, and here out of 1730 games, 5 games was, there were only 5 games having free or run. So if I remove these ones, hit enter, and there you go, the games which are having free or run, any one of these are these 1 2 3 4 5 games only. So only 5 games was there. So this is how you can go more specific, and by filtering the data. So the more you filter, you will have the less and less data. One last thing I would like to mention before completing this filtering concept is that here free and run, let me just remove this free and run. We are going more specific here, so we don't want these. Just remove this and then remove this as well, and then remove a comma as well. And here there is one more thing. Here let me give this string, and here if I give this exponential character, and here if I give out a from A to Z. I'm going to explain this in detail as well, but after running this code. Okay, here invalid syntax. Okay, here we need to write a comma, hit enter, and here as you can see, the game's having from A, it's counting from that. So if I write am and run this, so there is no such game here. So if I write ti and run this, there is no game. Not sure here. Let's remove this as well. Now if I run this, okay, so if it if any if a is there in the uh, if a is present in the name of the name of this title, if in the title a is there, then go ahead and print it. So if I write a and m and then run this, then I'm going more specific, but then I'm having 363. But if I go still more specific, a m o, and then I am left with 3 games, which is diamond, guests, slots, black diamond casino, and diamond digger sags. Here it's a basis of adventure, casino, and casual. So what will this do? This will just go and scan whatever you write here. It will go and scan out the dataset which you have given to it, and if it finds AMO between A to Z, so it will take alphabets from A to Z. So in this AMO is there, so AMO, if it will go, just find it out, and if in the title AMO, if all are in the same sequence, so it will go ahead and print it to you. Alright guys, so now comes the very crucial part of this whole video, is aggregate statistics or aggregate stats. Till now, let's rewind back. We have imported that package, then data, then read the data a little bit, analyzed it, what the data is actually, and then made couple of changes couple of changes and then dropped few columns and then save out the modified ones as a new CSV and Excel files, and then filtered some data which I need for my data analysis. And now it's time to aggregate statistics. Now, what is this aggregate statistics? Now, example, I have a arcade section, arcade category. Now, how this arcade category works? Now, this arcade category is, now if I want, if for example I have my friend, now I want to suggest him some games. He called me and asked me to suggest some games. So to suggest us games for some particular category to him, I need to do a detailed analysis. So for that, here there is, now I have different categories. I have a CSV file which is having different types of games. Now we need to find out which is having which category is the best category. So that we are going to discuss in aggregate stats by using group by function. So here let's go ahead and make df is equals to pd dot read underscore csv, and let's ask it to read the modified dot csv, which is modified. Okay, sorry, it's actually modified underscore games dot csv, and now it's been imported for us. Let's view our df dot head of first 10 games. Here it's there, and now it's time to do the aggregate stats. Let's view our aggregate. Let me make this short a little bit. Just not 13 here, 3 will be better. Okay, so now using the group by function we are going to do aggregate stats. So df dot group by, and grouping it by type, not type here, it's actually title, I mean category. So I need to suggest him the categories. Which category is the best? Category dot mean, and then after this mean, okay, not here, I think it's dot mean here, and then run this, and here is our stats. Now our stats is now ready, our data frame is now ready to be analyzed. So let's forget this rank, total ratings and all. Let's go here to average growth and rating, which is a crucial column in our data set. Here we had average rating and growth in last 30 days and 60 days. This I merged up to make average growth and rating. So whichever is having more growth and rating, that's best category which I can suggest to my friend. So but before that, one more thing I would like to do is, now see, as we can see here, average growth and rating is in this format. It's like anywhere the numbers are like just thrown, because here 39, 30 just randomly, it's in a random format, but we want it in a very in a sequence format, so that we can analyze in much better. So in order to do that, so as we discussed about the sort values dot sort underscore values, so this will sort the values of which category. You should name the category, so it's average growth and ratings, and here, so average growth and rating in the form of, and here ascending is equals to false, so that we can get the highest rating at the first. Ascending ascending equals to false. Hit enter. There you go, and here we have this average growth and rating means sorted. So here first thing which I can recommend my friend is action games. So I can go ahead and print the game and action category. So now let me switch my tab to that Excel file and go to here you can see action category. So action categories, first rank goes to Garena Free Fire, which I can recommend to my friend. So this is how you can do analysis. But yes, if your friend asks you, I don't want in the game and action, you can, so it's fine, you can just go to the next column, next row, which is game word, on the basis of game word. So it is also having good amount of average growth and rating. So let us switch the back here and search for average. Okay, so here let's not like this, this is, let me switch back here, it's actually word game. So yeah, write word, enter, and we have word games. Okay, so let me do this word capital so that I can get that category exactly. Game word, hit enter, and here you can see game word. So game word first rank goes to this some Arabic game. It's, I'm not sure about how can we read it. Let's go to the second thing, which is word cook. So I can recommend my friend word cook, having 10 millions of downloads, so it's the best. Or else you can take words of wonders, having 100 millions of download. So this is how I can use the data here in the data. And the least games which are least favorite games are game role playing games are getting have are having very less average growth and ratings. Here you can see 8.3030, only this much, and this is 1434 So this is how you can find, how can you do data analysis. You can use group by function to do better data analysis and find out that yes, this category is the best, which I can suggest to my friend. So there is one more thing here, which is count function. So if I go down here and do df dot group by and group it by the category. So let's copy the category here. It's here, category, paste it, dot count, hit enter, and there you go. You have how much total there games are there in this particular category. So in the action there are 100 games, adventure 100, arcade 100, board 100, card games are 122, casino games are 100, and casual games are 102. Rest of them are 100, and game words are 106. So this is how you can use count function to find particularly how much ratings. Here ratings are 100, and you can find particularly how much count is there for each and everything. Here you can find installs. Now here there are totally 100 numbers in installs, not the exact figure. Here 100 because one game, one install, it's in that way it's counting. So that format installs. And here 5-star rating, 4-star. So just this you can just forget. You can take it in rank. So in rank you can get a title, you can get 100, that means 122 games. This is how you can find out. You can use count function to find particular things, specific things, on the basis of whatever column you like to put. Alright guys, so the last concept which we are going to discuss before closing this pandas video is working with large amount of data. So till now we have, let's rewind back, and we have import the package, the data, read the data, sort the data, make couple of changes to the data, and then save out the new data frame as CSV and Excel files, filter the data and filter it how what we need for our sake, and then aggregate. We did some group by function aggregate statistics, and then now it's time to learn the last concept, which is working with large amounts of data. So uh, imagine you have, now this is not that heavy data set, because this is not that heavy data set, but imagine that you have a 20 gigabytes of data set, 20 GB, 30 GB of data set, and in that data set you want to import this. Now if you import the whole data set, now until and unless you don't have a very strong machine, then it will give you an error, or it may crash, laptop may get hang or crash, so that will give you an error. If you don't want to do that, so for that you need to import it in a chunk size. So in small chunks, if you import it, then it will be much better comparing to import the whole data set, which will again crash your machine. So in order to do that, we discuss, now we are going to use the for loop we discussed in the Python series. For df in pd dot read underscore csv, so we're going to read underscore csv, and what we're going to read, so here we are going to read modified underscore games. Let me copy it. Okay, here it's copy this modified underscore games csv, make a string value, pass along the modified games dot csv, and then here specify the chunk size. Now chunk size equals to 5, example. So chunk size equals to 5 means at the 5 format it's going to print the value, like every 5 rows it will print the first 5 rows, then give a space, then 5 rows, so that it gets the data size get more shrinked. Okay, so we are shrink the size, it's in a for loop, so we need to follow the rules of for loops and then go ahead. But before this printing, let's put it in a results equal to, let's use the df.group by function, which will group by uh, the data set so that it's get more shrink. The more and more we shrink it, the less effort the machine should take to load the data, or else if we take a very heavy data and load it fully completely, then it may crash. So here let me pass along the category. So here it's category in my case, and then category uh, dot count, so this will go ahead and count it, and then just give 2 spaces here, and here write new underscore df equals to pd dot read underscore csv. Okay, wait just a second, here not read underscore here data frame. Let's create a new data frame so that here we can just import it here, and data frame columns equals to df dot columns, columns space here. Okay, let's okay here count and some space, and here new underscore df will be equal to pd dot concatenate will just merge it up, so we use concat function, concat, and then new underscore df and results. So let me explain this after running this. Hit enter. Okay guys, so we did a small mistake here. It's not columns, it's columns. And once we run this, okay, it's run here, and let's go ahead and print our new underscore df, and here you can see it's in a chunk wise, game action, game action, game action, game action, game word. So these are in a form of chunk size. Now if I bring this, will not take that many uh, effort to load the data compared to before. Now let me just here only, if I write df and run this, as you can see here, okay, so it's not this df, this is Okay, so let's create a new my underscore df is equals to uh, let me go up a little bit so that okay, here pd dot read underscore csv, it's pd dot read underscore csv, hit enter, and my underscore df, let me copy and paste it here, hit enter, and here you can see 1730 games has been loaded here, but it will take more GB or gigabytes here to load this data compared to this we have just imported in a chunk size, and it takes much less size memory compared to this, because this, until and unless you don't have very heavy machine, 20 GB of data, 30 GB of data can't be simply uploaded to Jupyter notebook. So it will take, it will, and if you have a very low machine, so it may even crash. But if you don't want to do that, just upload download it in chunk size. So if you upload it in chunk size, then it will be much better, and then you can do much better analysis. Upload it in a chunk size and then do df.head, and it will take less size, but don't directly just write df and go ahead and print it, because again it will give you, it can crash your machine. So this is all about working with large amount of data. Hopefully it makes sense, this working with a large amount of data. If you have any doubt, you can go ahead and comment in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer the questions. So if you want to get your own sample data set, so just go ahead to Google and search for kaggle.com, kaggle.com, hit enter, and you'll reach a website kaggle.com here. And here I have account named Ninja Tech Programmers. Here I have my own account, so even you can create your own account, it's free here. And here kaggle.com, here you can find many competitions running on here, different types of competitions here running on, and data sets. So for now let's discuss about just the data sets. So here there are many data sets. So here you can see trending data sets are origin, products, comprehensive synonyms and antonyms, comprehensive synonyms and antonyms, and TripAdvisor, European restaurants. So these are some data sets which you can use. There is some data set called as Pokemon with stats. So here you'll have all the Pokemon, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, and their type of Pokemon, grass, poison. That's just the data set which you can use. And to just, if you want to download this data set, just go ahead and click this download here. It may prompt you to create an account. Just go ahead and create your account, and then this pokemon.csv will be downloaded for you. Just go ahead and show in finder. You can open this. Let me open this for you, just let it load. Okay, so here let me open this, and here, there you go, you have your sample data set. Here we have Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, all the Pokemons, all the name of Pokemon. It's 721 Pokemons here, with all the data. Here is their legendary, generation, speed, defense, attack, HP, total, type 2, type 1. So if you want the same dataset which I used in my video, so you can go ahead and search for datasets section. You can go and you can search for Android games, hit enter, and then top games on Google Play Store you're going to get here. It's by Dhruvil Dev. So it's updated 1 month ago only, so it's latest data. So here all the same thing which I had just now, the same data set it is. So this also, again, you can go ahead and download it, and you can use in your projects. There are lots, they are defined in the different types of category as well. Even you can go like if you want to work on popular data sets, so stroke prediction data set is there here. So there are different types of data sets here in the kaggle.com, which you can go and just explore the data sets, whichever data set you feel is best, and go ahead and download it, and we can discuss about it. And if you face any difficulty while either downloading or writing some code, or you do not understand anything, I'll link below Pandas documentation, which will help you a lot for for learning still more functions, but I did my level best to explain you each and every each and everything, each and every function here. But yes, it's a very big library. I can't explain each and everything, but for now these were all the main thing which you needed to know. So but pandas documentation is linked below, so if you don't understand, you can even there are many types of documentation which you can read. And that's all. So that's all about this pandas library. So that is all for today, guys. If you have any questions, just go and comment in the comment section, and I'll be glad to help you out. And if you felt you have learned something new, go ahead and subscribe to this channel to get more tech and programming videos. So that is all for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until then, goodbye.